Welcome to Comics with Dan. We're going to be reviewing Something is Killing the Children, number 40. So this was a good conclusion to the Road Stories arc. For those that have not been initiated into this, the Road Stories arc is a series of sort of one-shot stories that have been going on since issue 36, where they take place right before Something is Killing the Children number 1, or what has become known as the Archer's Peak saga. They've been primarily used to build on the character of Erica Slaughter. Erica has spent these road stories sort of battling different monsters, but we get to see a little bit more depth put into her character rather than focusing on the fights with the monsters themselves. This issue begins with a flashback of Jessica showing Erica how to use a gun, and pretty reluctantly Erica learning how to use one. Gun use then becomes a really pivotal point in the remainder of the story. Then we flash forward to year 0 when Erica is talking to Aaron about her having to use a gun to kill a monster in a particularly troubling scenario. Tynion does such a good job with these emotional issues. I know that this is a horror book, but I don't think I've ever read a horror book where there's so much character depth and so much exploring sort of how the character is impacted by all the horrible events going on around them. So it makes for a really nice combination between the two where, they're not just trying to scare people that are reading the book, but they're trying to kind of, make you relate to how you might react in a similar situation. As we come to the close of these road stories, I'm glad that Tynion got to sort of flesh out the character of Erica Slaughter, and I'm glad that, he was able to take a full arc to just sort of dive in and kind of reintroduce people to the character that was introduced 5 years ago now. But I am looking forward to seeing some more action and some more, excitement in a new sort of arc that's coming after issue 0 comes out next month. This was a really well-written issue. I think that of the road stories, it's probably my second favorite, only to the therapy issue. I think that Werther Dell'Edera might have had the best issue on Something is Killing the Children that I've seen him have so far. This page here, where we just see the shock on Erica's face, and then her face being framed by the bam sound effect. It's a really powerful page. One of the better splash pages I've seen in this series so far. To me, this is just so creative, and this kind of shot is something that you could only do in comics. You could try to emulate this in a movie, possibly through animation, but really the best impact and the best way to present this exact type of scenario would be through a splash page in comics. So I think the execution on this was just perfect. There's another excellent page with just some fantastic art and coloring that I will not be showing you because it has a major spoiler in it. So, but you'll definitely know the one that I'm talking about, and let me know in the comments what page you think it is that I'm talking about. I'm almost positive that everyone's going to know the exact page that I'm referring to. Miguel Muerto does a really good job of coloring this issue. We see him use a purple monotone for flashbacks to the story that Erica is telling to Aaron, which I love because the panels sort of cut back and forth in between what's happening in present day and what happened in the story that Erica's telling. So having that separation in the color palette really helps keep the flow of the story. And, I didn't have to reread panels to make sure that they were in the time period that I thought they were in. Otherwise, Muerto's work was what it usually is, where it's just really solid coloring that complements Dell'Edera's art perfectly. This was another instance where I didn't feel like the letters reflected the emotion that was being shown in the story. Tynion's dialogue was enough to carry the issue and sort of still make it a good story. But I would have just loved to see the lettering sort of match the tone of what Erica was talking about. There's several instances where, Erica is yelling on panel and, obviously very emotional and is feeling a great deal, but the letters look exactly the same as when she's speaking normally. It kind of takes you out of the reading process a little bit. If And World Design had gotten a little more creative with the lettering here, then I think that it would have helped readers feel a little more immersed, me in particular, because I'm a huge sucker for creative lettering. I think from a technical standpoint, the letters from And World Design are all the key components are there. The spacing's good. The order of the speech bubbles are there. The speech bubbles don't cover up any key pieces of art. So I think from a technical standpoint, they did a good job. I just think I would have liked to see a little more creativity. And finally, for the second issue in a row, we did not have any double page spreads, no cross page, panels that, the series has become infamous for. So I hope that they continue this trend because as someone who reads these issues digitally, it makes it infinitely easier when that you don't cross over pages with the panels. Cover A shown here is by Werther Dell'Edera. It's a pretty nice color. I think it's kind of interesting that you have Erica, who looks like she's holding a gun, but you can't see it in her hand. But then there's someone holding a gun behind her. So I thought that was a pretty cool concept. Cover B is by Jenny Frison, which, she just draws the most gorgeous covers out there. So I think it's cool that they've been getting her to do covers for this series as of late. So she draws great covers for this. She's been doing a couple covers for Hello Darkness as well. So those are always cool covers to see. Cover C is another Dell'Edera cover. This is this foil variant. He's been doing these, I believe, since issue 36. And I think they're for the 5-year anniversary of the series. But they all look kind of cool. It's like a black and yellow color style, and then it's all foil variants, and it's been for each of the road stories. There's been one of these variant covers. I thought that this was a pretty good one. I think it was a nice way to close out the Road Stories arc, and I think it'll definitely be worth your time. Something is Killing the Children, number 40. It hits stores Wednesday, August 28th. $3.99 cover price. So make sure you go check it out from Boom Studios. Make sure you like the video. Make sure that you subscribe. Check out my other videos here, and thank you for watching.